Posted to Facebook. I posted it to Facebook. Remain promotion. The program time has started. So I want to go with that.
Send us the link for it.
Throughout human history, housing has been playing two major roles in a man's life. Economically, housing constitutes an important provision to a nation. It provides not only shelter, but also security, comfort, and dignity. It is also a social necessity because good housing enhances healthy living, which in return influences human labor and productivity. That is why the provision of affordable housing in Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. Good to have you join me on today's episode of Housing Development, your go-to source for housing information in Nigeria and beyond. As always, I am Fleur Ani, your housing diva. The news making rounds in the sector is coming up.
A real estate firm, Octo5 Holdings, has reaffirmed its commitment to making affordable housing accessible to Nigerians. The Chief Executive Officer of the company, Mr. Babajide Odusholu, made this known during the handover of Heron's Break Residences, a vertical community of medium-rise apartments recently completed by the company. According to him, the increasingly changing demographics of housing demand requires varied solutions, and most cannot be addressed by the government, noting that the key to meeting the growing demand is to innovate solutions that empower young professionals and families to own or rent homes with ease. Odusholu, however, noted that the exact size of the housing deficit might be debatable. The urgent need for homes with good infrastructure cannot be disputed, as the World Bank estimates that Nigeria would need to provide at least 700,000 units of houses annually to meet its deficit. Women Association of Quantity Surveyors in Nigeria, a national body under the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, has charged women professionals to improve on their dynamic capabilities as opposed to core competence if they are to survive competition in the building and construction industry. This was made known in a statement by the group, quoting the Rivers State Head of Bureau for Special Projects, George Kelly Alabo, as making the recommendation during a seminar and investiture of the 7th chairperson of the Women Association of Quantity Surveyors in Nigeria, with the theme, Shaping a Leading Culture in the Dynamically Emerging Future Work. Alabo, while giving the keynote lecture, noted that with working in a competitive environment, there are other skills which quantity surveyors need to draw on, especially at the stage of digitization, to be relevant. The Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, has said that there are over 6,000 uncompleted buildings littering the territory, as it has intensified efforts to curb the rising cases of uncompleted buildings in the city center. Alhaji Mukhtar Galadima, the director, Department of Development Control of FCTA recently disclosed this in Abuja. Galadima, however, noted that the FCTA, in conjunction with other relevant departments, had sent out letters to the owners of all the uncompleted buildings to complete their structure and put them into their designated use based on the original master plan. He stated that the department have held an interactive session with the owners of the uncompleted buildings, educating them on the consequences of having uncompleted structures all over the city and territory.
Welcome back. For more housing, finance and construction news, do well to visit www.africahousingnews.com. Our special guest today is young Toby Ekechi, the Managing Director, CEO of First Generation Mortgage Bank Limited, one of the leading primary mortgage institutions in Nigeria. He speaks on mortgage banking in Nigeria, the achievements and plans of FGMB. Take a listen.
Mortgage banking in Nigeria has not been what it should be. Mortgage banking, for me, should really be the driver of the economy of any nation. That is what happens in the Western world, but in Nigeria, the reverse is somehow the case. Coming locally, I would say the Nigerian mortgage industry compared to the other African mortgage industry, Nigeria has done relatively better than most other African countries. But there's still very big room for improvement. But the industry, I would say, witnessed very destabilizing effect with the advent of COVID-19. The COVID-19 threw the industry almost awash. However, I can tell you that the industry is coming back to its to stability. Coming to First Generation Mortgage Bank, yes, prior to 2021, we were doing fantastically well, especially in terms of profitability. You know, every business owner would look directly on profitability. But for us, we look at performance from various angles, various indices. 2021 in terms of profitability, FGMB, we did well. Most mortgage businesses focus only on the structured area. When I say structured area, people working in XYZ ministry, people working in this industry. But no particular attention has been paid to people working in the informal sector. So what we begun that last year, and we are carrying that along this year to look at the informal sector, put them together, get them to form cooperatives, maybe beer sellers association, spare part sellers association and all that. And we are making tremendous progress. If you put them together and get them to get themselves enlisted with Federal Mortgage Bank and other secondary mortgage providers, you'll see that you can easily galvanize mortgage activities within them and amongst them. What am I saying? When you put them together as cooperatives, you can now ask somebody like Federal Mortgage Bank to give them a cooperative development loans. They use that to develop a parcel of land that they have, or you have, or another developer have in terms of joint venture. And so, mortgages will be created and all that. So we are looking at in that direction this year. And aside that, we want to also do more on the product we already have, a home purchase loan, where we give individuals mortgages at single-digit interest rate. So we want to do more, push that more into the business, into the economy, to see whether we will create more mortgages than we have done in the past. We've added serious value. I can attest to that. Last year, by God's grace, we were awarded the most innovative mortgage bank in Nigeria. We are not proud, but we thank God because it came out of hard work of the team of FGMB. Now, what is development? Development is when you get everybody doing something. When you get people, getting their daily bread, people earning something, and every facet of the economy is growing. So by what we are doing, you see, housing is very important. Whatever you do and you do not have a roof over your head, then you are not stable. So by what we have done in the past and what we are doing continuously, imagine giving people access to single-digit interest to own houses. That alone has changed a lot in the economy. I can tell you, more than 3,000 individuals have gotten a roof over their head via FGMB. We want to tell Nigerians, do not be scared. Mortgage arrangement is the in thing. See, it is best for you to get funded to own a house and use the additional money that you have, the excess you have, to run some other businesses, to make money for yourself. Because if you want to pick a 15 million, 20 million naira to buy a house to live in, you have locked down that fund. But if you come to us, First Generation Mortgage Bank or any other mortgage bank, where you can get single-digit interest rate, get your capital released, they fund the house for you, what happens? You can use the excess you have to create more money to be able to pay the mortgage arrangement that you've entered into.
First Generation Mortgage Bank Limited, one of the leading primary mortgage banks in Nigeria, is now selling the Mall of Dubai, an exquisite and luxurious mall located in the heart of Abuja. Its features include office spaces, shops and showroom, banking halls, fashion and food courts, salon and spas, and lots more. And that's not all. Also selling 3-bedroom bungalows with BQ space, carcass with a flexible payment plan, 30% down payment, 10 years repayment, 12% interest rate at FAB Dynamite Estate, Kiami, Airport Road, Abuja. Why not own a piece of the future today? With First Generation Mortgage Bank, we engage in mortgage banking, personal banking, small business banking, as well as real estate structuring and financing. For further inquiries, please call 0913-600-0484 or 0913-600-0483. You can also visit our website at www.fgmb.com.ng.
Young Toby Ekechi there, the Managing Director of First Generation Mortgage Bank. Now let's take a trip to Nuren Court in the Federal Capital Territory, developed by Modern Shelter System Services.
This is Nuren Court. At this present stage of completion, we've done the entire plastering, piping and wiring on the internal, and right now we're working on the roofing. Yeah, they're the same, but 16 of terraces only. You can see what the quality of construction looks like. We seem not to compromise anything. Well, as it is now, we're looking at October ending. Yes. You can see our roof is literally made of steel. That's to carry the weight of inverter panels that we intend to have in the future. As a matter of fact, we have transformers already installed in place, 2 transformers out there. We're making plans for 2 backup generators that will come with the estate. This is the entrance lobby, and this leads you into the kitchen. Yes. For some of our units, for people that like open lives, we remove the wrapped around wall for you, so that you have everything flow into the sitting room. This is for privacy, as it were. You can actually come from upstairs straight into your kitchen.
This is the first floor. What we did was, because it's a terrace, from the ground floor you start, it's more of a formal environment. When you get to the first floor, it's more relaxing and it's more of like the kids zone, or the family zone rather. So where you're standing here, this is the family lounge, and it opens out to a very beautiful terrace where you have an overview of the estate. We have a collapsible door, so what that does is that it allows you to get full clearance both ventilation, both lighting, and also full view of what's happening outside. This is the madam's bedroom, so still bringing in those very feminine colors. It has a large walk-in closet as well, and then it has its own fully fitted bathroom.
Quite spacious.
Yes. So very spacious, large walk-in closet as well. It has a large bathroom.
Very large.
Yes.
Just an insight about the thought, the thought process that guided the design. At Modern Shelter, we wanted to be different. We wanted the designs or the houses to be far from everyday. Those elements are timeless. You can see the simple geometric patterns. You can see the arc. It's an element that has stood the test of time over decades, over centuries. So we decided to go with that. There's a central area for the clubhouse and the playground. It's a kids-friendly estate. It's a place where you'll really be proud to raise your kids.
Modern Shelter actually works with you as a client and see where you stand in terms of your finances, and we structure a payment plan that works for each unique sort of situation. We have partnerships with financial institutions, so we're able to sort of provide you those options of keying into mortgages, either through the commercial banks or through the federal mortgage banks as well, depending on your eligibility. We do get our marketers to sit down and take your brief, understand the situation more or less, and then give you the best options available to you, and then you can sort of key into it.
Welcome back. We've heard of situations where the wife is secretly building a house and the husband gets to find out much later, and vice versa. The husband completes a housing project without the knowledge of the wife. Well, there has been a lot of argument raised on this issue and voices on the street today. Let's see the reactions of some Nigerians on this.
I will react first badly, because ordinarily he would have informed me. But at the same time, I will calm down to find out why she did that. And if I find out why she did it, I may not react further. I will maybe see reason with her.
If he actually build the house on the level of surprise, I'll be happy, because for it to lay foundation down to its completion, that means generally have good stock for us. But if you build a house without a surprise or build a house for interior motive, I'll really be angry, because in a relationship there's going to be what we call communication and faithfulness. Both of us are supposed to tell each other things and no hidden secrets in relationship.
I must know other sources of revenue. I must know whether I have an enterprising wife. Some women are naturally enterprising. They are goal getters. They enter the field, they take risks like men, make some efforts, and those efforts can yield money for this kind of projects. So I must put all these things into consideration before even accepting to go near the house. If all these things are not clear to me, I will ignore her and the house. She will live in the house alone.
First of all, ask him why he did that, and then if he gives me a reasonable reason, I'll be okay with it. But if he doesn't give me a reasonable reason, I'll call him.
If it's for our good, if it's for the family good, it's a pleasant surprise. So I'll be ecstatic, I'll be happy, I'll be joyful, I'll rejoice with her, I'll rejoice with all of us, because it's a pleasant surprise. Like God just answered our prayer. But if it's on our own, fully on our own, I'll be like, wow, I'll be sad, I'll be surprised also, but of course in a pleasant way. And then I will not react so nice to it, because why would she go through all those just to come out and then to see this? That means it's not in our best interest, so I would not be happy about that.
were to be a surprise, I think I would really be surprised. I mean, who doesn't love surprises? But if there was an ulterior motive, like there was a motive and it wasn't intended for me to be surprised, I mean, I would really not be surprised. And you know what I mean by really not be surprised? I'll be really angry, you know.
Man, that's bad. That's very, very bad. In fact, I'm so upset, so mad that have built a house without letting me know. I mean, that is a very, very big offense. So for me, if she does that, I'll divorce her. Instantly, I'll divorce.
My wife, my spouse build a house without my knowledge. It's a good thing. That's my own view. Because at least, since she's my spouse, it's all about we, the family. Unless if she have anything contrary to that. But if she has a house, it's our property. Likewise, if I have a house, it's our property. So I don't see anything bad in it.
If my spouse builds a house without my knowledge, I'll be surprised. Very, very surprised. But I'll take it with a pinch of salt. And we'll try to reason together and I'll enjoy the house.
Voices on the street there, and the question is, what would you do if you find out your spouse is secretly building a house without your knowledge? Why some say they'll be very angry, won't live in the same house with the spouse, or even fight for a divorce. Others says it's a good thing, not bad, as long as his or her excuses are tenable. Let's hear from you. What would you do if your spouse secretly builds a house without your knowledge? Hook us up on all our social media handles displayed on your screen.
Abuja International Housing Show brings an amazing opportunity to exhibit, network, develop new business relationships, and make sales. The Abuja International Housing Show is Africa's biggest building and construction show, with more than 15,000 participants and over 400 exhibitors from 21 countries. Its large international participation provides excellent opportunities for global sharing of knowledge, expertise, products, and best practices. Abuja International Housing Show brings together industry leaders, investors, buyers, and entrepreneurs to develop markets and business partnerships. The event gives you access to leading-edge technical information, equipment exhibition, and valuable new professional contacts from around the world. Abuja International Housing Show, the largest housing expo in Africa.
Are you a chief executive officer within the real estate, mortgage, building materials and construction industry? Then the Abuja International Housing Show CEOs Forum, a gathering of high-profile professionals who are founders and business owners, has a slot for you. The all-important CEOs Forum, which will hold at the International Conference Center Abuja, is a convergence of elite chief executives from Nigeria and across the world to devise most effective solutions to challenges in the housing and construction industry. Over 200 CEOs in real estate, mortgage housing finance, construction companies, and professional institutions will focus on the macroeconomic and socio-political environment impact of the real estate market. This collaborative and supportive forum will also give you an opportunity to present and discuss challenges facing your organization, seek the way forward, and click in high-level business network relations. For further information, visit www.ihsabuja.com or send an email to abujahousingshow@gmail.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Housing Development. Coming up next is Brains and Hammers Bungalow City.
the time, we have built expertise and reputations. And as part of our contribution, to contribute to reducing the housing deficit in Nigeria, we feel by building cities, affordable housing will actually help Nigerians to actually secure houses that are standard, that are green, that can also make them feel or have the taste of Benson homes.
Payment plan, your initial payment of 20%, that makes you to have a contract with us. The next installment is after 3 months. You can pay your 30%. So within that 1 year, you're making up your 100%.
Every time I go to site, I feel happy because I see we're creating employment in thousands, not just in small numbers. From the market women handling food, to suppliers on site, to the block industries, to the artisans. These are all people that you see in thousands. When you go to Bungalow City, I look around and I feel good. I know that this is part of the things that we want to do. We want to empower people, we want to train people, and we are doing that. In terms of houses, we've built 10,000 houses so far, and we plan to build 25,000 houses. So you can see we are working with organizations to reduce the housing deficit in Nigeria, also helping civil servants to secure houses, secure their future, secure their family. That's what we are doing.
That is it on housing development today. Thanks for watching. Know that there is always more on housing development. So join me same time, same station next week. As always, I am Flora Annie, your housing diva. Do stay safe.